Dear Prime Minister.
Dear Prime Minister.
Dear Prime Minister.
Action is urgently required to improve the response to violence against women and girls.
1 in 4 women will experience domestic abuse in their lifetime.
At Refuge, we are calling for you to prioritise 3 key actions in your first few months in office.
Improve the system for survivors of domestic abuse.
Many survivors of domestic abuse are unable to access civil, legal and economic support which is needed to rebuild their lives.
Without tackling structural issues in the response to domestic abuse across the system, their safety will continue to be put at risk.
Prime Minister, will you call for an effective criminal justice and family courts response to domestic abuse?
Invest in specialist domestic abuse services.
Domestic abuse support is chronically underfunded.
Prime Minister, will you commit to adequately funded specialist domestic abuse support?
Will you provide £238 million for community-based services and £189 million for refuge services?
Will you invest in specialist services that support minoritised survivors?
Including disabled survivors, LGBTQ+, black and minoritised women, and those with no recourse to public funds.
Make the country safer for women and girls.
A woman's right to live safely and free from violence is a fundamental human right.
But this right is under threat.
Police-perpetrated abuse has led to a decrease in trust and confidence, and rising misogyny online and in schools lack attention to tackle it.
Will you commit to rebuilding women's and girls' trust in the criminal justice system?
Dear Prime Minister, will you stand with us to end violence against women and girls?